Hello, it's Jimmy here. The Riley's have here a Renault Trafic here that's got engine failure hazard warning on the dash. So just going to base this video around the question that I get asked multiple times per day. Right, we've got Renault Trafic engine failure hazard messages on the dashboard. So here is the message that we have: engine failure hazard, stop, red stop sign, stop immediately, or whatever. You also can get check anti-pollution, check injection system, and all sorts of different messages, but this one is the main message that we're going to talk about here today. So I get asked a lot, I've got this engine failure hazard message on, I can't drive to you, what can you tell me? Can you give me some advice? I can't give you advice without seeing the vehicle. Is the vehicle safe to drive here even though it's got an engine failure hazard on? Now, it's a difficult question to answer because I haven't seen your car and I don't know, but in general this message doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you're going to have engine failure, but the problem with me answering that question for people is, I've got this engine failure hazard message on, is it safe to drive? Generally you shouldn't drive it, but what I can say is that the engine failure hazard usually just means that there's a sensor wrong. I've seen customers drive with this message on for over a year. I've had customers drive from Scotland, Plymouth. I've even had them come from southern France, drive to me with this engine message on. It doesn't mean your engine's going to fail, but I don't know what the other condition of your engine is. So it is possible that you could have engine failure, but I've never seen it. That's all I can say. So we're going to plug this van in. I haven't plugged it in yet, and we'll plug it in, see what fault code this has, and you can make your own mind up if it's a safe code to drive with. So it's the X431 scan tool I'm using today from launch. We're going to go in and do a scan. Yes, we want to automatically scan the system, so let's go ahead with that. It's a Renault Trafic 3. Let's do high speed. Now mainly what I've always seen this is, you can see something right there. The main issue that I see for this code is in here, and it's a different code that I can see normally, but normally we'd have a code here for the NOx sensor. We'll go into the Vauxhall system in a minute and check that again, but all of this stuff is just battery circuit, ABS fault, power supply. Alright, engine management, we have pressure upstream of the turbine incorrect, particle filter is clogged, clutch switch. Alright, so we have got a fault here in this case, which is engine overheating. So that is an engine failure hazard. But the van hasn't overheated, he has driven it here. Engine oil dilution as well. Again, that could be, it could be an issue for the engine if your engine's got oil dilution. And so particle filter. So we have got two codes here that you could argue could cause engine damage or engine failure. But like I said, this is a very generic message. Normally it means you've got a NOx sensor fault. It's the most common one I see for that. You could have glow plug faults, you could have turbine pressure sensor blockage. Generally all of that stuff is nothing that's going to cause any sort of issues for the engine. But on this case we have an engine overheating fault. Okay, we can see here that the engine is not overheating. We've got 74 degrees, which literally just landed from a 100-mile trip. 75 degrees. So currently the vehicle is not overheating. So just checking there, the coolant level was low. Oh my God. Now when we open it, it's gone back up. So it's pressurizing a bit. Okay, so I was hoping this was going to be a video to prove to you that it's actually fine to drive these vans with a message on. But this one proves the opposite. It's got pressurization in the coolant, it's got overheating faults. This vehicle is not really safe to be driving around, but he's driven it here. And I hope that answers your questions, but I will say 99% of the time when these vans come with this message, it usually comes with an NOx sensor fault, which is not an engine failure hazard. Anyway, see you on the next video.